Jai Shri Krishna. Today is May 21, 2026, and it's about pretty late in the evening, sunset time, and it's a Thursday. So, change of plan. I am actually doing the Ashlesha Nakshatra video today. Okay, so this is part one, Moon in Ashlesha. So, if you are born with Moon in Ashlesha, this is your video. Yeah. Now, for Ashlesha, it is always best to do everything after that sunset time period. And already right now, Moon is in Ashlesha and coming close to Pada 2. And by the time tomorrow, if you see, right, same time sunset, it's going to be Magha. So there's no point in doing it because Ashlesha and sunset is a connection. All right. Okay. Three things before we start. My regular disclaimer. Number one is please notify, get notifications, click the bell button for subscription to the channel. Yeah, please share also. Number two, please share also your comments, your honest comments. People who have shared earlier, I really appreciate it and thank you. And three, I would also say that I teach free Vedic astrology classes on a weekly basis, Wednesday 7:20 p.m., 7:30 p.m. in Clubhouse. So you have to download the Clubhouse app in iOS or Android, and then the club is called the Vedic Astrology Club. So weekly sessions are conducted in Vedic astrology. Two, we've got archives for 4 to 5 years. Yeah, so for recordings. So if you are interested to learn, take a stab at it. Okay. Moon in Ashlesha, right? If you have Moon in Cancer in Ashlesha Nakshatra, this is the video and this is part one. Year 2008 would have been bad for you. Please also drop in the comment section as well. This is a Mercury-owned nakshatra in the Moon Rashi. Okay, the depositor is Moon, the nakshatra lord is Mercury. Now, Moon and Mercury meet exactly in two places. One is in Cancer in Ashlesha Nakshatra. Another part is Hasta Nakshatra in Virgo. In Hasta Nakshatra in Virgo, Mercury is the Rashi Lord as the depositor and Moon is the Nakshatra Lord. Here, Mercury is the Nakshatra Lord, Moon is the depositor. Okay. The Karma Nakshatras for Ashlesha Nakshatra. Now, is Mercury Nakshatras. So all the Mercury Nakshatras other than Ashlesha, Revati, Jyeshta. Moon Nakshatras. So Rohini, Hasta and Shravana. Then you have Venus Nakshatras. So Bharani. Then you have Pura Falguni, Purvashada. Then Rahu Nakshatras, Ardra, Swati and Shatabhisha. Saturn Nakshatras. Okay. Will be Pushya, then Pushya, Anuradha, and Uttarabhadrapada. Okay, all right. Ashlesha Nakshatra is also called Ailiam, is one of a karmic nakshatra. So very karmic nakshatra, and it's in the top 3, 4, 5 nakshatras of karma nakshatras in general. Satabhisha is also one, Ashlesha, Jyeshta, Bharani Nakshatra, Pura Falguni, right? They are all very karmic nakshatras. Okay. And I'll put a separate video to say why they are karmic and all of that. Okay. And then all the Gandanta nakshatras, right? The Revati and Ashwini is also the last 1 degree and first 1 degree in Ashwini. Same thing is Magha and Ashlesha here. Same thing the Jyeshta and Mola, right? These are Gandanta points. They are also karmic nakshatras. Okay, it's a Gandhanta. So this is a Gandhanta point. The last 1 degree in Ashlesha, 29 degrees onwards, the Gandhanta starts, right? And then it finishes Cancer, and then Leo starts, which is a fire sign with Magha. The first 1 degree in Magha will be a Gandhanta point. Okay. Now this is a Gandhanta points or karmic knots. Yeah, I'll do a separate video on that. Okay. So the Vedas and a lot of books say that Ashlesha Nakshatra, it's also a Janma Nakshatra of Ketu. Okay. Janma Nakshatra of Ketu, and this is where the Vedas is also used for protection. So Janma Nakshatra of Ketu, where Mercury is the Nakshatra Lord, Moon is the Rashi Lord, and Rahu energy is involved to protect the 3 Vedas here. Okay. which is Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, and Sama Veda. Okay, the Atharva Veda will go to Makara. All right. This is kind of the second difficult nakshatra other than Satabhisha in the top two, right? And it's difficult because it's very difficult to handle and channel that energy. There is a lot of energy here. Okay. Typically, moon with Ashlesha, right? You will be the eldest person in the family. Okay. You will be the eldest one. If you're not the eldest, you will act as the eldest. Okay. All right. There will always be some, after marriage, there will be always some kind of arguments, not just discussion, arguments, and heated arguments as well at some point of time with your spouse on finance and money matters. Yeah, this is something to note. Okay. All right. Now, the general behavior of people with moon in Ashlesha, psychic behavior. Okay, it's like a coiled snake. Okay, they are very psychic. Intuition part is very high. From morning to evening, they'll be very quiet. After sunset, right? You will see they'll be full of energy after sunset. Okay, that is, so you ask them a question in the morning, they will come back to you after sunset to give you an answer or to get further clarifications. Okay, so sun has to really set for them to engage, to get that energy. Okay, the energy of coiling is there, clinging is there, embracing is there, entwining, but there is also some kind of deception. It's a street smartness in a way, you can call it. Okay, but there is also some humor will be with it. In the deceptive mode, there will be humor, crafty things, right? Very mischievous probably a better word. Can be fickle minded and can be short tempered. Okay, there is always a mask for them in the front, like a snake has a skin and it has the ability to shed the skin, right? Similar to that, there is a mask. Okay, it's also, they use the mask with the wisdom and leadership. Okay, and they play with the words in a very crafty way. Okay, they are very good speakers, and they are the people who typically don't use words to show their gratitude. Okay, this nakshatra is so important that there is some kind of karma also from a genetic heritage point perspective. Okay, we call it the DNA and RNA, right? So this is where the thing is. It's called the helical DNA, or even the reptilian thing, lineage thing. So there is a very strong karma here. Okay, the people are very intuitive. Okay, psychic, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, they can be like a chameleon, they can change colors, right? There is a fear for them also, but they will also instill fear. It's both. Yeah, they are always very suspicious. Okay, but they have very high amount of intuition. In many cases the intuition will work for them, but they don't like ambiguity, right? And really want to know what is going to happen next. That is the curiosity. They don't like ambiguity. Okay, they can be sometimes mean and stingy depending on situation and circumstances, but not all the time. Okay, they love food. They have a very high interest for food. Hunger, they cannot take hunger. Yeah, addictions is something they need to be careful about. Addictions and intoxications. Okay, all right. If you talk to them, right, the eyes will always go downward. They will look like this and talk. They won't look at eye to eye. Their eye contact will be a missing piece. Think of a snake which always go in the ground, right? You always look at the ground, right? That is kind of what they do when they talk to you. They are the people who won't trust you so soon. Okay, they are also like a nomad, like a gypsy. They keep on moving places and stuff, right? Income typically will come from multiple sources they will have. Okay, nice food taste, good desire to eat. Okay, and they are the people who typically will choose the spouse on a love marriage kind of a thing, not an arranged marriage. Okay, they prefer that thing because it's that element where they need to have, it's like the snake coming and taking the prey, and it does everything with its tail and body, right? So that's the clinging thing typically, which works in that way. In terms of health issues, intestines, bone joints, lower back, elbow, kneecaps and knee leg point, and then nails and ears. Okay, nails and ears. Okay. Now, the animal associated with Ashlesha people is like a male cat or other than a snake. Okay. Look at the cat. It's very playful. Unlike a dog, it needs a lot of attention and taken care of. Cats don't need that. They're very flexible to move, and that's kind of what Ashlesha people are. Okay. They are very flexible. Like, even though dog is very loyal, it needs a lot of attention and maintenance. Cats don't. That's the difference. Yeah. And they are also, because of the energy of snake and cat in the male cat, they can be very sensual and sexual, both. Yeah. The best match for them is Punarvasu, Nakshatra people. Okay. For Ashlesha people, Punarvasu. But that is a match. But Ashlesha can only be controlled by 3 nakshatras. Okay, 3 nakshatras. One is Uttarashada, second is Maga, and third is Shravana. Why? Because Ashlesha has got a snake energy, and Uttarashada has actually got a mongoose energy. And then you have Shravana Nakshatra, little bit of that eagle energy, but the main eagle energy is in Maga. Right? But the eagle is associated with Garuda. Okay. So these are the 3 nakshatras who can actually control and navigate with Ashlesha Nakshatra very well. Okay. But it is also not going to be easy because there will be a repulsive thing. Right. But these are the 3 nakshatras. Okay. Now, Ashlesha is also associated with Balrama. Okay. Even Lakshmana also. Okay. In terms of industry wise, anything with poison, right? Anti-venom, okay? Petrol, okay? Industries, chemical industries, drug dealership, psychologist rather, con artist, okay? Thieves, even the porn industry, prostitutes, surgeons, secret service, spies, lawyers, okay? Hypnotism, right? Anything with false gurus, politicians, and even baseball players, those kind of things. Okay. Ashlesha, moon and Ashlesha, all of this will work for them. Okay. The energy, so I mentioned about chemical industries, but it's just not chemical, petrochemicals, anything under the ground. Okay. Anything of, I would say, under the ground, even crude oil, all those things. Yeah. Any of those things also. Surgeons as well. And then politicians are very, very, it's a very interesting thing for politicians with moon in Ashlesha. Okay. Now, energy wise, the number is 6, right? And energy is at the end of the room for them. Okay. Now, the Saptarishi is Vashishta, Arundhati. So 6 times Om Vashishtaya Namaha, 6 times Om Arundhatiye Namaha. Okay. And here is the thing. Ashlesha people are really, they don't believe so much in the spirituality or the religious things, right? They don't, right? They don't. But somewhere subconsciously deep, they have that. And it will come out one fine day. Yeah. Until that, you just have to let them go their way. That's the reality. Okay, so they have a fight between the subconscious and unconscious internally with them itself, right? And nobody can really convince them. This is the thing about Ashlesha. Okay, but as I said, time will only prove, and time will always take its victory turn with it. Okay, so I mentioned about Om Vashishta Arundhati 6 times Om Vashishtaya Namaha, Om Arundhatiye Namaha. Vishnu is also deity one can pray. Then Sarpa, this is Sarpa energy, which is poison. So Om Sarpaya Namaha, right? 6 times. Okay. Now the temple, the Nakshatra temple for moon in Ashlesha, right? It's a temple called Sri Karkadishwara temple, right? In a place called Tiruvandankudi, right? In a city or place called again Tiruvisainalur, which is in Tanjavur. Sri Karkadeshwara temple. It's in a place called Tirundundevikedi. I hope I'm saying it I know I'm butchering the name. I'm sorry. I don't know myself how to say it. And it's in a place called Tiruvisainalur, and it's in a place called Tanjavur, right, in Tamil Nadu. All right. So this is very important for you, for people with moon in Ashlesha, to visit this temple when it's Ashlesha Nakshatra. Okay. Pretty much in the evening is the best time to go. In the evening, close to sunset. Anytime after 5:36, yeah, sunset. Okay. I always say moon with Ashlesha Nakshatra people should actually do Sarpabali. Okay, Sarpabali Homa, right? And do special puja on Naga Panchami. Okay. Now I'm also going to do a special video on Sarpabali later, but do remember that. Luck for them will change at 27, then 30, then 34. Okay. Now at 42 to 43 years or 44, typically there is a loss of money for them. Okay, loss of money around 42 to 44. Now do remember, in the nakshatra of Ashlesha, in Cancer, is where Mars gets debilitated at 28 degrees Ashlesha. Okay, Mars gets debilitated. Do remember. So 42 to 43, 44, they have to be careful with money. Like money can be just money, property, land, all of those things. Yeah. So I hope this was helpful. Again, please share your comments. Definitely, I will put another video on Sarpabali, Ashlesha Bali. Okay. And I will also say who needs to do that and where and what and how in that video. Make sure to follow the instructions, please. Yeah. But once you do that with faith, you will see big changes. All right. And people with Ashlesha Nakshatra should definitely do that. Okay. Moon in Ashlesha again. All right. I hope this was helpful. Thank you again. Jai Shri Krishna.